So, action of tonight's of NXT Dayline. So, I like the show tonight. NXT Dayline. I'll say seven. I'll say 7 out of 8. So it was a good show. It's not too bad. The show tonight. So anyone can subscribe to in this channel and get one notification below on my screen right here. Notifications below. So anyone can buy something like I say like WrestlingShop.com, you get free. You get to buy any prices in 2 separate ways, and so much more. So let's go between live tonight from about NXT Dayline. So let's go between live right here. So here's the next match. We have Ricky Sings goes 1-on-1 against Alba Flamey. So also last time in Athens, Ricky Sings will be on defeating Alba Flamey and No Mercy. Ricky Sings on defeating Drake Williams on NXT on November 11th. And just a match that kicked things off Dayline was the NXT title bout between Ricky Sings and the man after he beat for the title at No Mercy Alba Flamey. So, in the ring, Ricky Sings tried to go for one of Alba Flamey's legs wide away, but the powerhouse was easy to toss him inside the recipient locked. Hostage has the assignment back him to center corner after the first few minutes. So also it made it look like this would be a walk in the park for Alba Flamey. But Ricky Sings kept finding ways to emphasize his offense, but focusing on his arms. Also in under his legs to take away it about his power. So and they took their time at walking up to certain more exciting stuff. I just thought the first half of the match that felt wasn't a little slow in pace, and they started picking up the pieces around the halfway mark and taking their time and was splitting up the piece so it allowed them to set up for each and all. So also it made this feel like a hard-fought contest, and this was no doubt that it doesn't really be good, but it may have ended up surprising you personally in kind. And in a somewhat this was big surprising outcome. Alba Flamey was able to regain the NXT title with the fall from Grace, and this is Ricky Sings his longest reign as says over 2 months. So in the winner of this match, Alba Flamey. So I just the way Ricky Sings kept trying to imply in armband, and in Alba Flamey kept outpiling him to account it was a good squashes. So Intimate Booker T needs to learn to stop talking over his commentary partner, Vince Joseph. Agent was in to the middle of a sentence. Intimate Booker T yelled, oh, oh yeah. So also to react to something that Oprah Framing did. DMI was showing a couple of hair tangents. He wasn't singing, but he was somebody more than he normally does. If I could say losing a hurricane was a nice big surprise. So here's the next match. So we have a women's Arnold survival match. So I need those capels in Athens tonight. Kwani Sonnen, Lola Vice, Kenya Gray, Soboka, and Sonnen Grace. So women's Arnold as with Arnold survival match was up next. Kwani Sonnen and Kenyon Gray were the first two superstars in the ring, so they spent the title 25 minutes. I think into the ring, he is a ring down who got the pins in submission. So Kenyon Gray pinned Kwani Sonnen pinned Kenyon Gray, Butterflies pinned Kenyon Gray pinned Sonnen Grace, Sonnen Grace pinned Kwani Sonnen, Soroka pinned Kwani Sonnen, Soroka pinned Mother Vice, Kwani Sonnen pinned Sonnen Grace pinned Kwani Sonnen, Mother Vice pinned Kenyon Gray, and Kenyon Gray pinned Lola Vice. So this match, the format is but the 5 women's brought to compete and did a good job making it work for them. It will be hard to pick if stand out because all 5 women wanted to this bring a fun encounter. And they ended up at a 5-way tied with 2 pins each with just 2 minutes to go. Kenyon Gray was able to score not one more pinfall before Sir Timer went out to become the new #1 contender for the NXT Women's title. So, in the winner of this match, Kenyon Gray. I think it's great that Kwani Sonnen has found more confidence and hope this character work. I didn't hope this character, but if he still doesn't feel like he has a heel for some reason, if he just seems better salute the way it has a baby face. Kenyon Gray does so many little things that make it clear she is the moderate head of many of her peers in the images department system. WWE will be ways to invest in her because she could end up being a top star on the main roster. So if she keeps progressing at this rate. So, I submission Sonnen Gray's news look incredible painful. The timer for when Soroka will entitled to match was off by about 40 seconds. Somehow, Cornerstone attacked Soroka and her knee before she got into the ring. It led to Tornadoes helping her to set under to the back. Anniversary Tony came back and got 2 pins eliminating the Soroka during a kept up where one good leg was impossible. So here's the next match. So we have our ego Amy Pace goes 1-on-1 against Mr. Iguana. Wasn't last time in Athens, Amy Pace, Southern Green, on defeating Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana AAA on November 22nd. After the men's North American Championship was on the line, after when Mr. Iguana signs Amy Pace for the title. After thinking it was a grapple attempt to get into All Eagle's head, after with some mind games in it, Anya seemed to look at false heat head. Amy Pace was struggling to find his footing for the first few minutes. Unless it was a good passing on this bout was designed for comedy. Comedy and they tried to mix in some wrestling too. Also told they had a couple of missteps along the way, and they totally found their groove. And so the second half was much better than the first. Mr. Iguana hit so high, funny moves that popped to the crowd, and All Eagle sold all of them permanently. Ahmed just deposited a good advantage from the silencer. Amy Pace was able to hit his finisher with a clean win to retain the NA title. So, in the winner of this match, All Ego, Amy Pace. So, Mr. Iguana playing it was funny, but it's not the kind of spot you expect to see on a WWE or NXT POE. So, Amy Pace turning his back on Mr. Iguana to complain to the referee is that kind of bookie move is after his character should not be making. I just seemed like Mr. Grunt was off his step. He had a couple of big mistakes that Amy Pace had to cover up. So here's the next match. So we have a singles match. We have Ascendine goes 1-on-1 against Torium Parsley. So also last time in Athens, Torium Parsley lost to Saving Singh on NXT. Gold was on November 18th. Ascendine and Torium Parsley in Lola Vice lost to Fun Influence by NXT on November 4th. So, Tony Parsley was looking for revenge against her former friend, and we'll see step into the ring with Ascendine is the amateur punishment match of the night, and it went Charles Spills and in NIKO fans tried to distracted Tony Parsley, but it didn't work. So Ascendine looked like she was going to complete, and Tony Parsley had stayed quiet, but the former champion turned her sinus to ankle in it a few punches. So Austin dived to trick her into a hug. So was it at the website so she could throw her into the steel steps. So Austin Dime had a trouble for a long time, but Tony Parsley began running some moment. And this match had a lot of graces, but it felt a bit slow. I wasn't compared to anything else we saw a answer the main card, and they may have focused too much on the full story. I didn't not enough answer in ring actions, and thanks to the distraction from Sean Spears, and Aston Giant was able to hit her finisher to get to the pin into the win. So, in the winner of this match, Aston Giant. So, I'm so sorry for Tony Parsley who lose her match. So about that, and they went a little overboard with Tony Parsley, her makeup. It feels like WWE has no real plans for fans he body wrestles for. Even in Sean Spears, he has taken a backseat in recent months. Dime has good physical and mic skills, so what if she can pop us whole in-ring work, a little she will be a affordable talent. So it is time for the main event. So have men's and Arnold a survival match. So Aji East compares and asks on Sir Henry, Savon Evans, Leon Slater, Dion Lennox, and Miles Bourne. So when I saw this match, it was a good match. So I just in the main event of the line was a men's Arnold survival match. Leon Slater and Savon Evans with the first two superstars. Is it when here is a rundown of how this match went. So Savon Evans pinned Leon Slater, Dion Lennox pinned Savon Evans, Sir Henry pinned Miles Bourne, Leon Slater pinned Sir Henry, Miles Bourne pinned Dan Lennox, and Savon Evans pinned Miles Bourne. And this match didn't pack in has many pinfalls have set a women's bout, but it made these pin feel more independent. Both bouts have felt discomfort for different reasons. The rest was great because it meant that they both the store out for different reasons. I did most like the women's match. It was a 5-way, so heading into the last couple of minutes, and then Lennox locked at one the referees, and Savon Evans in penalty box, but Savon Evans escaped through, so opening at the top, and took him down with a dive. I think it was going hard to tell who will win at the end because anyone came close, but Savon Evans scored a pin on Miles Bourne, very few seconds left to get set a win. So, in the winner of this match, Savon Evans. And we got an all boy is promo from Sonny Hill. So, Savon Evans and Leo Silver, so Will Miguel has both partners and opponents. WWE will be ways to sign. Leo Silver has soon has his TNA deal is up. So Miles Bond wants a right to pick his spot, and he chooses to come out in a sole spot instead. At last, Sadai, but Miles Bond hit all the top rope was great. In the final ward. So also has a whole NXT deadline, was doesn't so, but 3 matches still out. So most the NXT talk about in the 2 Arnold and what's it called? Yeah, Arnold survival matches of what anyone will be talking about. Our family winning back the title was Sonic basically possibly because it meant Ricky Saints' reigns has ended. So also after says it will over 2 months, but it opens the door. I found the interesting personally. Indian wins and men's and women's Arnold Arnold survival matches were both great for different reasons, but the most independent thing it was that it felt like the 2 best people won. So Indian win Kenyon Gray has been a positive in every adding in Savon Evans is currently was embarked for sources it's tough to say it would have either will win at New Year's Evil in January 6, but it was great to see them get victorious on Saturday. So we had a big shocking return tonight on NXT. So also in the show was the return of Tony D. Eslo is back. I think it's going to get people talking, especially since he appears to have his gimmick a bit. It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say on Tuesday night. So this is what's crazy about Tony D. Eslo is finally back. I was surprised. So, dang. I knew we were Tony D. Eslo been at he's gone for a while since way back. So also too, Tony is back better than ever for the NXT 7 I guess the only man about Flaming couldn't beat. So, and I think the kind of return that flips this storyline. Yeah, I just feel the storylines have just part the script in one entrance. If the dawn, then it says come back. He came back with impressiveness. So Tony D is next up for sure. So Tony D was the one that beat Alba Flynn before, so it just makes sense. I think. So Tony D is will have to wait in line, but I wonder if NXT some articles since Tony D is his candidate because I say Tony my boss gimmick isn't going to make it on the main roster, but Savon Evans is a man's honor in the Sabo, so our family is new crown NXT Championship ring. This similarly. So I saw Stacks has won in TNA Gold and Tony has made a big return. And this has been looking good for the family. So after wait, this was great where a return from Tony D. Islo is finally back. So this is crazy between him and we haven't seen him since like I say hold on, let me see from my nose here. Hold on. About Tony D. Islo. And we haven't seen him since. So let me look this up a minute here. Give me 1 minute. So we haven't heard from Tony Islo since like I say hold on. Is it May or soon? I think we'll be back to Tony D. Islo. Let me see. I'll say soon the 7th. Yeah, soon the 7th of last is 2024, and we haven't seen him since. Tony D. Islo is now finally back. So, and we haven't seen him since like back in soon the 7th of last year. Because still bringing up has such a family. So I'm glad he's back already. So we might find out for next Tuesday too. I hope. Let me see. A couple of things here. So we will stay tuned for any more. I'm gonna read some more news here, couple of things, and we're gonna wrap this up. So, let's report USPTO WWE has this trademark was the name is on December the 5th. So that's about last night. So, as everybody said, so all the small claims about AEW again. Also, former AEW coach claims that also communism and running is said into the company. So Nikon now sorts my name on the internet. So we see so I've been watching all rates today. I watched that. So let me see. It's more coming to pop. Chris Jericho posted this on his TikTok today. He posted. So I saw this picture of Tony D'Angelo when I watched this live today. Even when I watched this this Dayline and Tony D'Angelo knocked out Savon Evans. So I want you guys see this in a quick minute. So I seen this part of that of Tony D'Angelo, and I seen this part and I watched this live today when I was on NXT live Dayline, and I see part of that part. This full story is about Tony D'Angelo is knocked out Savon Evans. So this is all about framing, and Tony D'Angelo is now fighting back. So this was a great moment for WWE. The biggest returns of all time to see Tony D'Angelo is fighting back. Last year, I say back in soon 7th, just like last year of 2024. So, Daniel Bryan said, I think 90% comments that the mystery guy who attacked CM Punk is Ricky Saints. Welcome to the main roster. Yeah, that might be Ricky Saints attack CM Punk. So add your War Games match. That might be, yeah, it is Ricky Saints attack. So unless your guy attack CM Punk, and that's, I say 90% so it might be Ricky Saints. So here's the next thing. I didn't repeat that Insider said that it was also very true, but could that have been false info to them? I don't think it's him now. A couple of months ago, I think those rumors are true. It's real something of making things and something that forces. So it might be Ricky Saints. He's the one attack CM Punk 90%. So whenever he grew 3 inches and put on 50 laps, maybe that would make sense. It makes sense now since he just lost the title. So it's funny in Austin Ferry. I think his eyes isn't blue. I don't think. So yeah, I was thinking that now. So Ricky Saints lose and massively update news just to add making things to the opponents with Paul Heyman guys. So it doesn't make sense. I say even but Oscar Ferry, so I'll be happy with the mystery man is biggest things. Hell yeah, but I would love for Becky to be on your Paul Heyman, says Lloyd, but I'm pretty sure this is Oscar Ferry. So it's not big enough to be the masked man. So I hope not he needs to his own stable or really big has his backup. So I just said this masked guy was going also in more effort than Ricky Saints. I knew it was him about 90%. So Austin Ferry and Ricky Saints are good stories, but the best part is that they can make it whoever and they want has long has and they are slimmer and built a bit hard to tell who it is until the end. Maybe it's Ken Cross or Emma Knight to be interesting to see. So I think of anyone is just only thinking it's funny Austin Ferry, the mask man was built. I don't know why most people hate Austin Ferry when he's a good top wrestler. He was. So he just needs to refine his character work. And it was why the song the forces would be a good fit for him. So also has he lost I was like and it's the hoodie guy is making sense. That's really him. So I was right. So I'm sure it's going to be Austin Ferry. I doubt it was confirmed, but we are not. This would be a cool twist. Megan Things has done it all in NXT anyways. So I was really thinking about that possibly doing a match. So I think possible it depends if they want to split us him 50-50 now. So that makes a lot of makes sense. Let's give it their history. He hates CM Punk too. I don't know why. So it does not make any sense. So I think it can't be because WWE has to find a way for him to address and they don't want them talking about their time in AEW. Playing the mystery is built more looks like Austin Ferry and Braun is a guy that's going after Punk. So it's great. So it was great to call honesty. And it would make sense with the military person attack Cody was followed through. Because I just remember before Seth Rollins was hurt and they turned on him, he was rumored to what rumors are true, just like with All Eagle and Paves. So why we exclude Cody over and they are friends? So this does not make any sense about that. So let's learn about 205 Live. As long as do doesn't ever need to be anywhere near the main event scene. So thank you for watching tonight's NXT Dayline. So have a great Saturday. Have a rest Saturday that I can rest this week. So let's go to my YouTube community poll for Saturday night one more time. So we got 67% like it so tonight of NXT Dayline. Got 20% is alright, and 13% didn't like it. So let's go to my X poll in a quick minute. Let me see. Oh wow, everybody liked it tonight. So we got 100% liked it tonight on NXT Dayline. 2% is alright, and 2% didn't like it. So have a great your Saturday. So I'm gonna do next videos for you guys about any more news stuff like that. So we have 2 more. I had to post 2 more videos. I had to make sure any more updates for you guys just contact my YouTube and this info. So have a rest of Saturday. And so come back on Monday for Monday Night Raw. And so much more. We're gonna do one schedule, Spotify, Acapella, Spotify Radio, podcast, anything, and so much more. So I'll see you guys next time. I'll be back here for this video. But next time, have a blessed night. Have a great Saturday. I'll see you guys in the next few videos. But next time, peace.